Yeah, this is Jackie Crockett. You're listening to In Your Head.
Anything else, Keenan?
Yes. Now I'm still interested in seeing you make a return back to WWE. Do you think WWE is interested in bringing you back, or do you think they're just bluffing?
I don't know, guys. I really don't. I've heard these rumors come to me as quick as they come to everyone else. Okay.
Right.
And I don't know who's creating these things. If anybody knows me, I've never turned on the computer one time in my life. Okay. That's not my deal. That's not my job. All right. So I don't know who says these things, how they get created. I know there were a couple of stories out at one time about Johnny had met me, and we did talk at Connecticut over a year or so ago. And just said, "Are you ready to do a physical?" I said, "Yeah." And then I heard later that he put on there that I said, "No, I wasn't ready to do a physical," and then later he retracted that statement. But other than that, that's the only real conversation I've had with him.
Thanks for calling in, Keenan.
Thank you. Have a good one, Sid.
You too.
Jose.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going, Sid?
Good, Jose. How's it going, man?
All right, man. Listen, this is not really a question. This is more like a comment. I'm pissed with Vince, really, because you know how many times he had the opportunity to bring you back, and now I'm convinced it's not really him. It's more of his yes man and yes sir. You know, all these people that he has employed under him that are doing all this, stalling. You know what I mean?
Well,
what I want to tell you. Yeah.
Well, first of all, guys, and this is what we got to look at. The way I look at it, he's a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know, these are strategic games that people play, just like in real wars. This is just a mental war. Paper warfare, things like that. And this is the way it's. Like years, and this goes back to Bruno. Bruno used to send pictures of me and him into Vince back in those days, like once a week, and write letters to Pat all the time. And I said, "Hey, Bruno, stop! Don't do it on my behalf anymore, because I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want to look cocky, but I don't want to look stupid, And meaning that is that these guys are smart people, man, and they know who you are before you know who you are. Really, they do, and especially today, it's so much easier to keep up with people. So I don't think it's other than just a timing thing. I don't think Vince or anybody else's fault. It's just they plan things, guys. Sometimes they used to. I think they still do. Sometimes a year ahead. Now, they all fall in place. No, they don't. But they like, for the good things to fall in place. So I hope to think that I'm a good thing. It would be something they want to take the time with and do right. And maybe that's it. That's what I'm hoping. That's something like that.
Right. Do you still follow WWE?
You know what? Honestly, right now is a basketball tournament, NCAA. That's all I'm watching right now.
Yeah.
Now I have been watching a lot of these reruns on the AWA wrestling that comes on ESPN Classics.
Yeah, definitely.
And I watched those a little bit right before I pick up my son at football practice, and I've had a lot of fun watching those things because it's just a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we watch them too, and so I was looking to find some AWA guys.
If you watch them, let me ask you this: who's got more TV time, Hogan or Colonel De Beers?
Oh, definitely.
Colonel De Beers, man, must have been all over that damn TV, man. There's not a show that he's out on 17 times. He's more exposed than John Cena. Because that's just a joke.
Yeah. Colonel De Beers never get a movie.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's in everything. But no, Colonel De Beers, man, he's still getting airtime.
Yeah, definitely. We had Larry Nelson on a couple months ago. It was pretty cool to track him down and get him on the show. Was there anything else, Jose?
Yeah, actually, I just want to say, Sid, listen, if WWE doesn't come calling by the end of the summer or the middle of the summer, if I were you, seriously, and it's just an opinion of mine, I say, man, go to, call Jeff Jarrett or the Jarretts or whatever and join TNA or something, you know what I mean? I want to see you back in wrestling, man.
I want to be, guys, let me tell you something. I spent, 7 goddamn years to get where I'm at right now. And this is what it is that I just said it earlier, that I'm into the big numbers, and not just big numbers in front of people, but big paydays too. And but the big numbers are showing up, and that is more important to me than paydays. I got to, if I can get a chance to do that, I swear I live and die for that right now. So that's what I want. I want that more than anything. And if I ever get a chance to talk to Vince, one-on-one, I think he's going to hear my story. He's going to say, "Dude, you're hired." So I just, I got what he wants, and I know what he needs, and I'm ready to do it. And I think that, that's going to fall in place for me.
Mm-hmm. How did you get along with Vince like in the past? Your other runs.
I feel like we get along good. I was always honest with him. Of course, I say the wrong thing sometimes to people being honest. Unfortunately. But I've learned not to be too honest to what maybe hurts all the time. But I think we both got respect for each other, though.
Thanks for calling in, Jose. Who do we got here? We got area code 781.
That's me.
All right. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Adam. I'm calling from Massachusetts.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I just wanted to know as one of the bigger wrestlers back in the early '90s, as far as size was, what Sid thought about the big guy wrestling nowadays with the Big Show and how they're getting used and if they could be used differently.
Well, guys, Big Show he's bigger than me, and really with today's in the last few years, there's not a lot of guys my size or Undertaker or Kane, but we're more available now than say our sizes used to really be something those days. The Big Show and that other guy, those are really big guys there. So I don't really fall in categories that anymore. I can work big, but I'm not as big, like physical, like those guys. So I wouldn't. I don't know a lot about those guys other than I've seen them. I think they worked their ass off. Big Show's got probably to me, the greatest attitude in the business I've ever seen for a big man. I haven't seen a lot of the other guys, but I think those guys really do a damn good job. And where you'd say those guys, 10 years ago, you'd tag those guys as being handicapped or handcuffed because of their size. But those guys really prove they're not, especially the Big Show. He really shows, dude, man, he can be a baby face, he can be a heel, he's got great charisma for a big guy. He's one of the best big guys I've ever seen.
Sometimes you don't realize how big he is because he can take so many bumps and he can move around.
He does. He's
big,
phenomenal, man. He's phenomenal. He really is.
And the other thing I was going to ask you is, having worked with both Taker and Hogan in separate WrestleMania main events, who was the best? Who would you like working with the most in a big match setting, whether it was WWE, WCW, whatever you were in?
Oh, that's a hard one to call. I'll tell you why. Was because you got two different characters. I worked with Mark so many more times than I did Hogan. That would probably say that I've enjoyed working with Mark more than Hogan. But not to just business is fake. Mark is a lot more of a workhorse than Hogan. That makes it a little more fun for me. I like people like Mark, Vader, the great Bam Bam Bigelow, who were workhorses. The big guys like that really work their asses off. Where with Hogan, it's a lot of fun, but it's a night off with Hogan. It's like working with one of the Three Stooges. But being that, I'd say probably the Undertaker.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for calling,
Thanks
Adam.
for your time. Thanks for.
WrestleMania 13 was Undertaker's streak anything like anyone even talked about, or like
you know what? I didn't even realize he had one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know anything about it. Really, till recently, because I just don't. Because the business is fake, we don't pay attention to things like that.
Right.
But no, I hadn't, and I hadn't thought about it. But it's something I've thought about now. Mm-hmm. Is that I just because I saw his and Sean's interview the other night, I realized it's going on. So I sort of know now that I didn't really pay attention to it back then.
Mm-hmm. Zachary. Zach, do you have a question?
Zach's dozed off on us, guys.
Yeah, how does it feel to be a part of Undertaker's WrestleMania streak?
If I was a big Mark and a Stooge, I'd say it was great, but it's just another match, guys. And it was the thing about it, too, is what takes a little glamour from that one. It was in a small venue at the small venue there in Chicago instead of the United Center, so it just wasn't the WrestleMania I would remember.
Right.